and welcome. Thank you for choosing us again.
Yes, you're back at it again, guys. It's the second week of season 2 and a double portion of what we do best.
Yeah, now last week was so much fun.
Yeah.
And thank you to all of you who sent through your comments. We love having them, so keep them coming.
Yes, guys. And if you missed it, where were you? But don't worry, you can catch us on www.facebook.com/FiftyFour show. So what's next, Moi?
Coming up on 54, a diversity of talent that sprouted from just a seedling. We visited an extraordinary art fair showcasing some top local and international acts. And in studio with us today is one of South Africa's rising media stars, Siphiwe Myeza, also known as SJ.
That was definitely extraordinary.
Yeah. Now, I've always wanted to skydive.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Is there anything that you've been wanting to do but haven't gotten around to yet?
Yeah, speaking about that the other day, actually, we wanted to go bungee jumping.
And?
But couldn't make it.
Oh, yeah.
But I will, though.
You know, we kind of make excuses for ourselves
That's
sometimes.
the thing. I don't like that. But anyways.
But what about you? Is there something you are really passionate about? Something specific? Let us know on our Facebook page at facebook.com/54 shows.
And someone really passionate who broke away from all types of excuses is Mr. SJ himself. He has become one of South Africa's rising media stars. He holds 2 silver and 1 gold luri, and success doesn't stop there for him. It is Siphiwe Myeza.
Yeah, I guess I kind of realized that I wanted to be a film director. Not really a film director, I just wanted to be a storyteller in some way or form. More than that, I wanted to change the world. And film is just a language that I had to learn to be able to do what I do. I was never like, I want to shoot movies. It was never that. It's like going to another country and saying, look, I want to communicate.
Yeah.
And you have to learn that language in order to reach out. So that's what film was for me. I could tell stories. I was that guy that could tell other people's stories like they were mine.
Yeah.
It was an extension of who I was.
Yeah.
So it's not about what I wanted to do for a living, but who I wanted to be. I sold everything that I had, bought a car, and I drove to Cape Town on a chance, on an opportunity. And yeah, I did the work. I put my head down and I did the work. And when the opportunity came, I was given a script. I was probably like a 4-man crew, Surf Shack. I related to the characters. I understood the story because it was about loss and addiction and all of that. And that's everything that sort of impacted me in my life, having lost my mother, also struggling with addiction once upon a time. So I could relate to the characters. And I could give them a voice, for something that they didn't have.
Yeah.
So, and it turned out to be a winner. It was never a piece to win anything. It was just...
And then starting off, you said, you mentioned quite a few challenges as you started off.
Yeah, typical life story of a young black man in South Africa. It's nothing new. My mom passed on when I was still a big neen. I think I was 11 years old. My mom passed away, so I had to move in with my stepdad. So that whole transition was a bit...
Yeah, rough.
But yeah, it was tough. I think it was probably the toughest thing. That was my turning point, probably.
Yeah, let's talk about that. What do you mean when you say it was your turning point? Like, what happened that
well, my mom
kind of moved things around?
My birth mom was like my everything, man. My everything. My brother, my sister, my best friend, my biggest fear, everything.
Yeah.
She was a strong woman. She terrified me. But there's no one I loved more. Her hidings were epic, man. But after she gave you a hiding, she'd give you the best hugs.
Yeah, I can testify. I can testify.
It was great. But yeah, being the strongest, person in your life, not knowing your father, she started deteriorating. Started getting sick. I didn't know what was wrong with her. I really actually didn't care. To be honest, it was my mom. I was just like, okay, she's just come back to visit me. She wants to spend more time at home, whatever. But then she hated my dad. But at some point, she started encouraging me to form a relationship with my father. Then I realized something's wrong.
Yeah.
And then she just deteriorated, man. She got sick. I didn't know what was wrong with her. And then she said to me, look, go visit your father. And I was like, okay, what is this about?
Yeah.
And then there's a traditional way of how we say goodbye to the elders in my culture, sort of hold them by the ears and you kiss them. So when I left, I was like, yo, cheers, mom. I was like, no, say goodbye properly. So gave her a kiss, I left. When I got, I think I spent about 2 weeks there with my dad. It was July holidays. He called me in, son, made me talk to you. I was like, cool. And then I sat down and I was like, she's gone, yeah? And then he's like, yeah. I was like, cool. And then I found out maybe 4 years later that she died of AIDS. So I was like,
Yeah.
it's just one of those.
So when you say turning point, do you mean turning for the worse?
She's everything.
Yeah.
I think from there, so I got mixed up with some stuff
Yeah.
at film school. And I went to rehab. That's how I got saved. I got baptized. I found a great place to work. I found great people. Yeah, and then I think I sort of dealt with my abandonment issues. I got closure for my mom's passing.
But how did the whole journey impact your faith?
Jeez, I've been saved like 11 times. Seriously.
Hey,
Like,
it's not a problem, fam. If it needs to happen
first
11
time
times, it needs to happen 11
ever
times.
got saved, I was in primary school. We
Yeah.
went to this camp. So I was Catholic.
Okay.
Grew up Catholic with my grandmother. We used to walk to church at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And it was very funny because my grandmother used to walk fast. And I'm short, so I got like tiny legs. And I'm like 6. So I jogged.
We wouldn't know, unfortunately. We're both dogs.
I wouldn't
We
know.
can't
So it's just
pretend.
weird.
My
But
one step was probably...
Yeah, I enjoyed church. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I felt like I belonged. I was good at it. I went to Sunday school. I knew the Bible backwards at like 10. And they bumped me up to 2 years in Sunday school.
Oh.
And all the way to altar server and all of that. And I really enjoyed it. I did Lent. I did everything, man. I knew the rosary. I used to pray it with my grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it was really cool. I even wanted to be a priest.
Oh.
At some point, I think I was like, you know what, I'm gonna
Priest.
be a priest.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
do
what
this
we're
thing.
going for.
That's what we're going for. And then my mom died. And then that just.
Yeah, you did say it was a turning point.
My mom died. My grandmother died because my mom died, and then my uncle died, and then it was just like.
Series.
Yeah, I think now. I think because I lead a better life. There's still challenges. I still have
course,
doubts,
yeah,
whatever.
Challenges
Yeah.
everywhere.
The only
everyone.
thing, because I mean, there's smart people that argue against it, like, and they make good arguments. You know, and just think about it logically. The only thing that keeps me coming back is because it's the only thing that has never stopped knocking.
Sure.
It's no matter where I go, it's always there.
Yeah.
Every time I'm low, it's always there.
It's solid, man.
And everything else is not. Things change, and the universe is not, and this theory is not, and this science equation is disproven. Or your girlfriend breaks up with you, and she was your world, and when I have nothing else, it's there. So, I mean, there has to be something if it's always knocking.
Yeah.
So that's what keeps me there, because I'm just like, hey, no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, I know it'll always be there.
If you had advice for anyone out there, probably that wants to go through your path,
Don't go through my path.
okay, that wants to do what you're doing. Let's do.
Don't
like
do it. Just get
film.
saved, bro, and walk on the narrow gates. It's straight to narrow gates. Don't go to the wide gate. Don't peek in the wide gates and then sort of try to jump over the fence to go back to the narrow
No, but
one.
let's be real right now, right? There's a lot of,
There's a lot of people that
Yeah.
do go through maybe situations, and maybe they are focused like you were, but maybe they may be like when
Look.
sideways.
And maybe those, because being a Christian also in the entertainment industry is not the easiest thing.
Yeah.
No. Hard work beats talent if talent doesn't work hard.
True.
That's all, man. I mean, you don't have to be a Neymar or you can be a Gattuso. His nickname was Hardworking Gattuso.
Yeah.
You can be a Kante and win 3 Premier League champions.
There you go.
You know, it's, but what does he do? Keeps his head down and he works hard.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't choose a career, choose a career that's impossible without divine intervention.
Sure.
Because if it's not, then you're forever going to be comfortable, you're going to be unfulfilled, and you're never going to truly experience the power of God. So if you do something that everybody says never going to happen, never going to happen, and work hard.
Love it. Okay, so we're not done just yet, right? We're gonna play a game, I believe.
Yeah. We go. So basically, the game is a quiz on our show. It's called AfriQuiz. We quickly quiz you on Africa. So, I mean, your knowledge counts here.
Cool.
So this is where the knowledge comes in. Are you up for it?
Oh, let's do this.
Obviously, we game all time anyways.
Yeah.
We all know Africa is the second largest continent in the world, made up of 54 countries. So choose a piece representing a country. You will then be tested on your knowledge, and if your general knowledge is less than general, we will help you out with some clues. Your score will then be added to the 54 scoreboard, and the aim is to try and remain at the top of the board.
All right, so you've been given a lowdown of how it works, right?
Yes,
How are you feeling? How are you feeling right now? Come, let loose.
Chilled.
Yeah?
I'm all right.
Okay.
Cool,
Is there any
calm,
specific
collected.
country you really want?
I think South Africa would be a good bet.
Makes sense.
But,
Okay, so it's time to choose now. You ready?
yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Cool. And stop.
All right, so Malawi.
Okay.
You ready?
I think so.
Okay, got 10 questions, got 60 seconds. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Okay, so we're gonna start now. What is Malawi's name before independence? Nyasaland, Gold Coast, or Rhodesia?
Gold Coast.
False. What is the main symbol of Malawi's flag? Is it the rising sun, a star, or a gun?
Rising star.
True. True or false? Tanzania is one of Malawi's neighboring countries. Is this true or false?
True.
True. What is the official language of Malawi? Is it Portuguese, is it French, or English?
Portuguese.
False. True or false? Malawi is run by a king?
True.
False. True or false? Peter Mutharika is the president of Malawi? True or false?
False.
True. Malawi's currency is the shilling, kwacha, or Malawian dollar?
Kwacha.
True. True or false? The name Malawi means happy days?
Yes.
False. What is the capital of Malawi? Harare, Maputo, Lingwe.
Lingwe.
Yes, there we go. In what part of Africa is Malawi? Southeast, northeast, southwest?
It is
Time.
South something.
Okay, southeast, yes. Time. Woo! All right, let's see. How many you
I think I got 4.
You got 5. Hey, 50% is not bad. I mean, come on. Give me that. Yeah.
Hey man, it's a pass, eh?
Yeah, it's a pass.
At the end of the day, whether you got 80 or 50, still get the degree.
I don't know about that, but it's very true. All right, well, thank you for playing with us and thank you for being on the show today.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
Look, I come from a disadvantaged background, but I was lucky enough to get out of it and into the opulent society. Material is important to us. My dad always tells me, dress the way you want to be addressed. You know, that's that's a materialistic thing, but it's rooted in self-identity. Most of our experiences come from material things because we didn't have that luxury. So the material is part of the experience because, I mean, experience is something new. And this, South Africa, is something new for us. So I think it's one and the same thing for us. We don't go mountain climbing or like these crazy things. You know, we like to go out for drinks, we like to go out to chisa nyamas, there's a lot of camaraderie, and that's what our experiences are mostly made out of, being together. Being a young Black South African, I care about how I look. I care about where I stand in society. So money does have something to do with status on how I carry myself. I'd rather be sitting in VIP in the club than in general. I care about the car that I drive. I care about what I wear. I care about the caliber of woman I'm with, you know? What people see, that status. If people say, hey, this guy is cool. That's what status is to me. But what I'd like status to be is respect, not because of what people think of me in a material basis, but what people think of me as a person of integrity. Yeah, so my innate values should be the measure of my status and not my material possessions. That's what I'd like.
Wasn't he just so inspiring?
I mean, how do you not get inspired? He actually proves it that it does not matter what circumstances you're in or your situation. You should let nothing limit you. You know what? And you should go for your dreams and live out your life.
Absolutely. What a phenomenal young gentleman.
We also recently visited an international art fair, and it was amazing to see and hear about the inspiration and influence these artists have.
So the Cape Town Art Fair is the biggest of its kind on the continent. It's nearly 6,000 square meters. It takes place over 3 days, and people from around the world are coming here. It's no longer being seen as an African fair, it's really a global fair. And there are a number of these global fairs throughout the year in different cities. And this is the one that I believe is going to attract people from all over to come and see a beautiful city at a beautiful time of year, and a chance to really get a sense of what the latest in the contemporary art world is.
Well, I think that my art has gained a lot of recognition because I'm very critical with my subjects. I think globally, but I act locally. So I kind of work with a lot of people in my community which spread the message of art within the country. And I think that it has brought a lot of change and development because people are not really aware of contemporary arts, mostly because they are very traditional mentally about how Ghanaian art should be presented. So I'm trying to break away from that to be more experimental, to kind of exploit different materials within different spaces. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I think all paintings have a deeper meaning, all paintings that exist, because there's something that happens in the studio that you don't see when they put on the white walls under perfect lighting in the gallery space. And that's a very personal and vulnerable process in the studio, and it's quite strange. If something bad happens, recently my grandfather passed away, with whom I was very close, and the paintings that I made directly after that are the happiest paintings that I make, which is quite strange, and I think it's a balancing. I don't know why I do that. And whenever I'm in a really good space, I seem to make quite dark paintings. So I'm not really sure why, I can't really explain it, but I definitely think that it's a process of balancing and healing.
I work with computer parts, or let's say electronic wastes to produce a set of beauty out of the damp. Like Africa has been used as a damping zone. So it's been since 2009, I think. I found myself to repair my second-hand laptop. I found those computer parts stuck in one corner. So I wanted to use them and make some art out of it. So So and then a certain question, electronic waste, and then also technology, contemporary technology. So I did some more research on that, and I did my master's. So I use computer part mainly to make costumes, so wearable sculptures too. But anybody can relate to it. So I'd say technology, but looking through the eyes of an artist. So it's like not like as an engineer or technician, but as an artist. So I brought in the analogy of fashion.
My mom, she happened to leave me with my uncle, and my uncle denied me to go to school, for instance. So I was a cow herder of his cattle. So when I stayed there, I realized that, okay, I needed to move up. So me and one of my friends, we decided to move back, to move to Johannesburg. Therefore, we ended up staying in the street. So I stayed in a place called Marlborough under the bridge. In 2000, I got arrested, and then I went to prison. I stayed in prison, and then I got sentenced to 9 years in prison. And then that's where I started to paint. So myself, I was a guy who would stay in my cell and keep drawing, drawing people's portraits. And yeah, and for me, it was a good thing because I realized that the work that I was doing, it was uniting the inmates and their families outside, because I would do maybe a birthday card, and then that birthday card, when they gave it to their families, the families come often to visit the person. So sometimes I would do a portrait of that image and give the person outside, and then from there, 2006, I got released. I got outside, and then I took it from there.
Wow, now that already makes me believe I can do all things.
Through Christ who gives you strength?
You see what you did there?
I mean, if you believe and put your mind to it, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And I've got a challenge for us, actually.
Okay.
Quit excuses, though.
All right.
It's all about faith and positivity.
Yeah, cool. I'm with you on that. Sure.
Yeah, guys, and don't forget to tell us what you pumped up to take up, eh? I hope today's show has definitely opened up ideas and got you thinking, because it definitely got us thinking.
Absolutely. And be sure to contact us and let us know what you think, like who your favorite artists are, who your favorite presenter is, and just how the episode inspired you.
Yes, guys, and you know how you can do that through our email, which is chat@oneafrica.tv or www.facebook.com/FiftyFour show.
Yeah, you can also visit our website at www.oneafrica.tv.
Until then, don't be shy to create your own form of art.
Yeah, bye.